I never thought I'd have to put a trigger warning at the beginning of one of these episodes. But just as a heads up, today's episode contains a politician attempting to nuke a natural disaster, a candidate sacrificing their morals in order to exceed, and a man doing terrible, terrible things to his own facial hair. But on the plus side, we have Boys to Men. Welcome to You've Got Mails.
CJ, do you know what the world needs now more than ever?
More movies that start with weird Nazis?
Well, there's that. And just middle-aged white guys talking politics. Welcome to You Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm here with my running mate, CJ. And on today's episode, we'll be discussing 2019's Long Shot, which, for the listeners at home, there's several movies called Long Shot, so be careful.
Yeah, this one was... you watched the one with Charlize Theron, right?
No, I watched one with Leif Garrett where he's a figure skater.
Fuck.
No. I watched the Charlize Theron, Seth Rogen one. 2019, that's the one you guys at home should be watching if you like to follow along. If you want to have a real weird experience, watch the other one and then listen to us talk about this one. You won't know what the fuck's going on.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on for portions of this movie, too.
So I'm going to say, without giving away any kind of review or anything, this movie was not what I was expecting.
Not at all.
At all. You hadn't seen this before, right? You knew what it was, but you hadn't seen it?
I had heard of it. I thought it was something to do with Charlize Theron being a teacher, but that might just be bad teacher.
That's Cameron Diaz. But also...
I'm a brunette guy, so...
But I thought this was going to be a watered-down Seth Rogen romance, and it's actually about as Seth Rogen as you can fucking get.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'll save my review for later, but... It was definitely different than what I was expecting. Not at all what I was expecting.
Not many of our movies, like I said, are going to just start hard with the Nazis.
Oh, yeah, no.
It really feels 2025. Like, it's highly political and it's starting with Nazis.
It did, yeah. Yep, that's how this year started, too. Anyhow, let's not get too polycharged on the podcast. That's not what people are tuning in for. This movie starts out... Seth Rogen's character, Fred Flarsky, which I'm going to try not to say that too much because that is a fucking mouthful.
Yeah,
Fred Flarsky.
I'm just going to call him Seth.
Yeah, he is. I'll call him Fred. He is like a watchdog reporter, kind of like an undercover grassroots.
Yeah,
like,
high morals.
Yeah, like he exposes evil and corruption. Like
technically invincible, as we find out.
Oh my god,
it's got dates.
Put him and Laura Jean from fucking P.S. I Love You.
Yeah,
or whatever the unstoppable killing machines. But yeah, so he is infiltrating like a white power Nazi group. You know, the things, yeah, I start like, this guy's up front, like in front of a Confederate flag, giving like this a lot of hate speech. And he's like, I'd like to thank our boy over there who brought Fuck the Jews 82 with him today. Seth Rogen's like, hello, how are you? Like, good to see you.
Hi.
Really happy to be here. And yeah, fuck the Jews. And he brings them along and they do like a fucking salute. And he like does like a real half-hearted, like kind of like doesn't want to do it. And,
this is just striking like present day, no matter what.
Yeah, and Elon Musk rolls through and waves at everyone.
Yeah. That's not a wave.
No, you're right. So they go through the meeting and then like they're all kind of like just talking about their fucking views. And Seth Rogen's there and they're like, weren't you saying you wanted to get a swastika tattoo? Like, we got a guy over here. He's giving tattoos. Let's go sit you down.
He commits to the bit, though.
Oh, he really does. He goes over and he sits down in the chair, and they start giving him the tattoo, and they get about halfway done. It's like the bottom part and like one of the parts on the side. And this guy walks over with a laptop, and he's like, "Hey, this is you, isn't it?" And he holds up the laptop, and it's his picture on the newspaper website in one of his articles. He's like, "You're Fred Flarsky, and this guy's a Jew." And they grab him up out of the chair and like. About to rough him up, and they steal his cell phone, and he's like, he's been recording us the whole time. And he's trying to get out of it, and he's like looking around, and there's a window with a Confederate flag hanging over it, and he's like starting to look at this window, and like he's going to jump out the window. And I was like, all right, I mean, he must know where he's at. Like, everything's going to be fine. Yeah. He snatches his phone.
It's a first floor walk up.
Fuck no, it isn't.
No.
He jumps out this window. This is like some of the best physical. Like, I laughed so hard when this happened. He jumps out this window. Third story.
They put some money into the special effects of him hitting face first into this car.
Face first into a car, bounces off of it, kind of just rolls around in agony for about 2 seconds, and then just gets up. And these guys are looking out the window, and he's just like, jumped out the window and held onto my fucking phone. Jews win again, or Jews win this time. And he just fucking runs off. And I'm like, this guy should be dead. Like, absolutely 100% dead.
Oh, no, and he does a couple really mean headers in this movie.
Oh, dude, yeah. He there's a lot of good physical comedy.
He's avoiding firefights. You're like, this guy is invincible.
He really is. So we cut to him, like, sitting at a bar, and the only reason for this scene is he's watching the TV, and we get a shot of, like, a couple different news organizations talking about Charlotte Field, who's the Secretary of State. This is Charlize Theron's character. Yeah. And we get a glimpse of Wembley News Media, which is clearly Fox News.
Yes.
Like, it's two guys and a girl, the set's the same, and they're just very sexist comments. Paul Scheer.
Yeah.
Funny story about how he got into this movie. Do you know this?
Did his wife get him in? Because she plays...
Yeah, she plays one of her aides. He was actually on set just visiting, and they were like, you want to roll in the movie? And they put him in the movie.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, Paul Scheer's great and everything.
I like Paul Scheer.
I love him.
So he plays one of
Also, I mean, they both actually host a much more popular movie review podcast.
I wouldn't say much more popular. I mean, I think they have a few more listeners. Do they have anyone in Germany?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, how did this get made? It is a great podcast.
Yeah. I mean, they fill entire theaters with people to do live, and we have absolutely possibly filled a bathroom or two.
Someday, someday the people will come. But yeah, that's how we got in the movie. But we see them talking about her, and a lot of like just sexist, like, oh, you know, she looks pretty good in that dress. She's a good looking Secretary of State.
Yeah.
But this just kind of introduces us to her, and also Wembley News Media, which is going to play a part in the movie. And then we cut, and this made me upset when I first saw it, but it didn't turn out to be really what I thought it was, because these movies we get, and I still hate this, but we get Charlotte Field like ending her day as the Secretary of State, going home to like an empty apartment and just looking fucking sad and depressed. And I'm like, is this going to be one of those like business oriented ladies
falling asleep while her bathtub?
Yeah, like, is this one of these business oriented women that needs a man to fix her life?
She needs to loosen up.
Yeah, that's exactly. Where did I fucking write this? Single business oriented woman who needs a man. Let loose is what I wrote in my notes. Doesn't really turn out to be that way, thankfully. I'm not sure why they put that in them. Could have done without that scene, because it's not really her character at all.
No, she's actually pretty loose already. Like, she's just very regimented, but
yeah.
Also, like, I mean, Charlize Theron's got fucking personality.
Oh, she really does, yeah.
Like, I've heard people talk about her, like, in real life. She's just, like, very normal, very sarcastic, kind of snarky person.
Yeah.
And it shows in her movies, I think.
I don't think I've ever seen her in a comedic role, and she's actually fucking great. Oh, man,
A Million Ways to Die in the West?
I don't like that movie, and I forgot she was in it.
Yeah, she's very good at comedy, I think.
All right. But so from there, you know, that's her night. She falls asleep. She wakes up to her alarm in the morning, and then we just get kind of like a busy lady montage where she's on the phone. She's got her earpiece in. She's doing 1,000,001 interviews.
She's exercising and doing interviews while she eats breakfast, has her first scotch. Like,
yeah, she's doing all the things. And then she goes to the White House to meet with the president. So happy to see him. Bob Odenkirk. I fucking love Better Call Saul. I love Bob Odenkirk.
He's awesome. I mean, this guy.
He's a real douche canoe in this movie, but he's a great actor, funny guy.
I mean, this movie,
he plays the role perfectly.
It came out in 2019. Like, you could see where all of the inspiration for a lot of this was, because he literally talks about nuking a tsunami.
Oh yeah,
during this scene.
He does. But you know, she comes in to meet with the president, and he says he has some news for her. We also find out that he's an ex-actor. He played the president on television and then became the president in real life.
Oh, TV star becoming a president. Like Ronald Reagan.
Or the president of Ukraine right now.
Yeah.
Ukraine, we know you're listening. Their guy played a president on TV and then became the president of the Ukraine.
Yeah, Zelensky, man.
But he's a much better president from all accounts that I've seen than...
Dude, that guy would get it.
Bob Odenkirk.
Like, he's a badass.
Bob Odenkirk was. But he lets her know that he's not planning on seeking re-election. This is his first term. And he's decided to move on to something much more prestigious and move into film. He says there's not a lot of actors that have gone from television to film, and they start naming off a couple, and they can only think of a few.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because Bob Odenkirk is a guy that started in television and is now in film.
Yeah, he's like...
And so is Seth Rogen.
He's like your everyday action star guy, which is like the new thing.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like these movies at all.
It's
the
all Liam.
beekeeper, the bricklayer.
It's all Liam Neeson's fault.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
made an
it is.
average-looking guy look like a badass, and now
Yep.
Bob Odenkirk's out here fucking wielding dual Uzis and fucking up Russian mobsters.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that fucking movie's great. Don't get me wrong. I love the movie.
Oh, no, I get off on these movies, but I mean, it's a terrible concept that they just keep rolling with.
It's fantastic.
This is like Die Hard in a mall, Die Hard in an amusement park.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But, Charlotte kind of hints at the fact that, she's been thinking herself about running for president, and she's already vetted, and she's got all these, things going on. She's out in the public eye. Her approval ratings are pretty good. Then he tells her, I'll back you 100%. Like, if you want to run, like, you've got my endorsement. So then we see her and her team of people. So it's her, a woman named Maggie, which I can't think of the actress's
June
name.
Diane Raphael.
Thank you. That's Paul Scheer's wife.
Yeah. She's excellent.
She plays Maggie, who's like her right-hand aide. And then she's got another guy. She's got a male aide.
I have no idea who this guy is.
Neither do I. I don't even know his character's name. He doesn't have a whole lot to do in the movie. He's got one funny scene. And otherwise, he's just kind of there to, like, chime in here and there.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
Yeah. But they're in a meeting with a consultant firm that kind of breaks down her approval ratings in all the different categories. Like a real quick Lisa Kudrow cameo.
Must have also just been hanging out for the day.
Yeah.
Like she's in. I even wrote down like Lisa fucking Kudrow, and then
Last you see her.
Yeah.
She's in the movie for a minute and a half.
she's like legitimately probably the only friend I ever liked. Like she's very funny.
Also, someone that was in TV and ended up in movies.
Yeah.
Not a big movie star, but in movies nonetheless.
And Randall Park shows up pretty soon after this too.
He does.
Yeah.
A lot of heavy hitters. A lot of big names. I wouldn't call them big names. A lot of people I know. A lot of people where you go, oh, I know that.
I fucking love Randall
I
Park.
know that fella.
I will watch anything he's
I do
in.
too, yeah. I do too. But during this consultant meeting, like, she's basically telling her, first of all, Charlotte's like, well, how do they feel about my politics and my stances? And she's like, no one really cares about that. Like,
Not
these
at
are
all.
the ways we break you down, and it's elegance, humor, and different things. We find out a few things. She lets her know that the Canadian Prime Minister, this guy is clearly like a Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
If you bought him on Wish.com.
It's the vampire from True Blood.
It's a Skarsgård or a Sarsgaard?
Skarsgård, yeah.
I don't know which one.
He's the True Blood Skarsgård.
Well, no, because there's Sarsgaard, and then there's Skarsgård. I'm not sure if this guy is part of the family, because there's like
Oh shit.
the brothers, and then there's like another guy without the K, I think. I think this is the Sarsgaard.
Because they're Nordic, they all look the same anyway, so I always thought they were the same family.
See, I think it's
Sorry, Nords.
I think it's Sarsgaard, because that's the guy that plays it, and then his dad is Stellan, and then this guy is just Skarsgård. This is Alexander Skarsgård?
Yeah, I think
I don't
something
fucking
like that. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a Swedish listener eventually. They can clue us in on the
Whatever.
Skarsgård.
It's the sexy vampire guy.
That's who it is. But she brings up the fact that there was some kind of banquet where they ate dinner together, and a lot of pictures were snapped, and a lot of people liked that. And if she was in a relationship with someone like that, it would help her approval ratings a good bit. They also tell her their humor score is a little low. Like people don't think she's as funny as she could be.
She needs to let loose.
Yeah. Her elegance score is pretty high. Bad wave, though, which
Holy crap.
I love it. They talk about how her wave is bad, and they show a
I mean,
clip
we
of
were
her.
joking about Elon's wave. This one was rough.
Yeah, she like looks like a person who's never waved before.
She waves, basically her hand stays still when her elbow does the waving.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
But we get to see all these things. Cut back to Fred, and he's going into work, and he gets called into his boss's office, played by Randall Park.
Yeah.
And Randall Park lets him know that they've just been bought by Wembley Media, the Fox
I love
News.
Randall Park so much that if I'd have known that he was in this movie, even as a cameo, I'd have watched this entire movie before this.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a
Like
big
every movie, everything I've ever seen him in, I start giggling when
Wow.
he's on screen.
Big
He's
Randall
just-
Park fan.
He's got my number, man.
But Fred is furious about this because he's like, this is what we've been fighting against. Like, they're clearly like a liberal,
Yeah.
left-leaning
I mean, this
newspaper.
literally just happened. The Wall Street Journal got bought out by Jeff Bezos,
Yeah.
and this exact thing has happened.
And he's talking about Wembley News, and he's like, this is the same company that ran stories about hurricanes causing gay marriage. And he's like, I don't even know how that works. It's not a thing. And he's just so upset. And his boss tells him, it's okay. They want to cut like 2/3 of the staff, but we want to keep you on. You just got to tone it down a little bit because he's very outspoken. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna work. I'm gonna stand for my morals. And,
Not in this windbreaker.
Yeah, I'm not doing this. And he says, well, at least let me fire you so you can collect unemployment. And he's like, no. He's like, then they'd win. Like, I'm not letting you do that. Like, I'm gonna quit on my own. So he leaves and he goes to see his best friend, played by O'Shea Jackson, who's Ice Cube's son.
Jr., man.
Yeah.
And he is the best friend I've ever seen in a movie.
He's great in this.
Like, I need me an Ice Cube Jr. in my life.
He's great in this. His name's Lance, and I don't know what he does exactly. It looks like he almost runs like a trading company or something. It's very much like Boiler Room-esque. Like all these people sitting long line of desks at computers, making phone calls, typing away. And Fred comes in and tells him that he got fired, and he's kind of depressed, and he comes out and he's like, listen, everybody. He's like, this is my best friend, Fred. We made a promise to each other that if either of us was ever sad, we'd get the other one fucked up. And he's like, so I'm going to have to ask you all to cancel all my meetings today. I'm out of here. And he's like, the rest of you, you know what? Take the day off too. So we're getting fucked up.
What does he say? My favorite fucking line. He calls to his secretary and he's like, I need you to get me 2 cans of Pamplemousse LaCroix and fill them with Johnny Walker Blue and CBD oil.
Yeah.
And then he looks over, he goes, you want one too?
Yeah.
That one, I need him to be my best friend.
So he takes him out, and they're walking down the street, and he explains to him, like, I'm going to take you here and get you some drinks. We're going to go get you a real good steak dinner. And then there's a benefit tonight being held by the WWF, not the wrestling organization, but the World Wildlife Fund. And Boyz II Men is performing.
Fuck yeah.
And he's like, okay. I also like this, too. He's like, I don't really fit in. I don't really feel like going to, like, a big fancy banquet. And he's like, what are you talking about? It's free booze? There's going to be pandas and shit. And then he tells about Boyz II Men, and he's like, all right, I'm in.
Highly quotable movie.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'm in. Cut to this banquet, and the first people we see is Charlotte and her team of aides. And they're walking in, and she's freaking out because all the food is all on skewers. And she's like, my elegance score is like the only score that's high for me right now. And like, I cannot eat skewered food. Like, I look ridiculous. So they build like a wall around her, and she gets down on the floor and eats a skewered chicken thing, and it does look bad.
This
like,
reminds me, you ever watch Veep?
I never have.
There's a lot of stories, like a lot of episodes of Veep are like the exact same thing.
We see the Canadian Prime Minister. He's there as well. He's hitting on her.
Yeah, World Wildlife Federation, they pull them in, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they got a lot of people. And he's like kind of hitting on her, and then Boyz II Men starts performing, and she pretty much is just like, no, thank you.
Yeah, they still have it.
Like, she's also a Boyz. I've seen Boyz II Men once.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about this. How did you end up at a Boyz II Men concert?
It wasn't even a concert. So,
you just in Philly?
I mean, it was a concert, but our listeners may not know this, but I'm sure you're well aware. Our local Major League Baseball team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, they're pretty terrible, like notoriously bad, and have been for a long time. So to sell tickets, a lot of times they'll have fireworks nights. They'll have nights where they have a band perform after.
Yeah, I've seen 38 Special this way.
Yeah, I saw Leonard Skinner.
And Steve Miller, yeah.
Well, I saw Boyz II Men after a Pittsburgh Pirates game one night.
Shit, that's a seller right there.
Yeah, I mean...
Now, did they have it in concert?
It's the only reason we went to the game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they were good.
I mean, in this movie, I was like, I'll buy tickets.
Yeah.
Like, they were fucking great.
I enjoyed it. There's a great scene where... Seth Rogen Fred is talking to Lance about how out of place he feels because he's literally wearing like a windbreaker and like cargo sweatpants.
A windbreaker understates it. Like this windbreaker is grungy.
It's loud too. It's very like bright colors.
It is. It's rough. He's got like the weird the hat with the flat brim that's pushed up.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good.
And he says he's talking to Lance about how he feels out of place, and Lance is like, what do you like? This is the brightest room ever. He's like, bright? And he's like, yeah, white. Like, it's me, the waiters, and Boyz II Men. And he's like, and people keep telling me they love my music. But as they're standing there watching Boyz...
Which makes sense, because he looks like Ice Cube.
Yeah, he does. But as they're standing there watching Boyz II Men, Fred looks over and sees Charlotte, and she sees him, and they lock eyes. And it's a look. Like, there's a look between the two of them where you're like, oh, like, she's interested in him for some reason.
If Charlize Theron looked at me like that...
You do the same thing that Seth Rogen does. You'd run the fuck away.
I'd tattoo the date on my forearm, dude. That was a hard look.
Yeah, but he sees her, and he just... And Lance is like, it's the Secretary of State checking you out. And he like hurries up and just runs off. So Lance follows him, and we find out through a flashback, him telling Lance this story, that she was his babysitter at one point. She was 16, he was 13, and he was just like enamored with her. She was running for, even back then, she was real into the environment, politics.
Yeah. Student council. And one night she was at his place babysitting him, and they were talking, and he made a move. Like, he got up and kissed her. And then he says, he's like, I kissed her, and then all of a sudden I had a 13-year-old boner. Just like there. And I didn't know what to do. This is where it went very Seth Rogen-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a kid in sweatpants with a boner walking around his living room.
Yeah, but she says, like, she sees it, and she's like, it's okay. And then all of a sudden her boyfriend comes into the room and, like, ruins it, and, like, makes fun of him. And Lance is telling him, he's like, what, that's not... Seth Rogen's like, it's a fucked up story. He's like, I don't see a fucked up story. I see a nice story. He's like, she said it was okay. Your 13-year-old boner was all right.
Nice.
And at this point, which I love this guy. He's doesn't have a ton of scenes, but the scenes he's in, I think he's fantastic. Her like Secret Service agent.
Oh yeah,
They call him like Agent M or something like that. He comes out and he's like, hey, Secretary of State would like to see you.
Yeah.
And he takes her up. Or he takes Seth Rogen up to the balcony, and she says, like, I think I know you. And he explains to her who he is, and she's like, oh my God, that's crazy. And asks him what he's doing. He tells her that he's a reporter, a writer. At this point, Parker Wembley shows up, who is like the guy that owns Wembley News Corp.
Yes.
He's the Rupert Murdoch.
Yes.
Did you know who this was?
No.
Okay.
Why?
I'll save it for later.
No shit.
Yeah, it's part of my. I
mean, he looked like
grand gestures.
I don't know. I honestly wrote down that he looks like he's wearing facial prosthetics.
He is.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, this guy looks fucking goofy.
I'm gonna save it for later. I got a few things on this, which was cool. But yeah, so keep that in mind. Parker Wembley is definitely someone in makeup.
Yeah, it reminded me of
which I thought he was wearing prosthetics too, but when I saw him too, I was like, it could just be the way that guy looks. Like, it wasn't. It's pretty good prosthetics, I think.
Yeah,
especially
it reminded me of Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder.
A little bit.
Like the first time I saw that
when you
movie,
find out who it was, you'll definitely think it was good prosthetics, I think.
It's the guy from Boyz II Men.
But he's there and he interrupts because he's been trying to get some time with Charlotte. You know, this guy is he's the kind of guy that
buys politicians, can help make and break their careers. Like, we find out that, you know, he was running a lot of stories about the current president and helped him get into office, and they're kind of like hand in hand, working together. That's what makes America so great. Our politicians know how to make money.
Yeah.
By selling us out.
But at this point, Charlotte has to leave, and she excuses herself, and Fred's about to leave, and he sees Wembley, and he's like, he gets this look in his eyes like he's going to go tell this guy off, and he goes over, and he yells at him, and Charlotte overhears it. It's like a real quick, like, you're what's wrong with America today, like, and all this stuff, and Wembley has him carted off, and as he goes to walk down the stairs from this balcony, he eats shit again. And it's not even like he falls down the stairs. It's like he leaps off the top stair and doesn't touch the ground until he gets to the bottom.
With his face.
With his face.
Yeah. Like, and slides across the floor on his face. all the way to Boyz II Men.
And Lance, he goes, cracker down as he hits the ground. But he gets up, and Charlize Theron sees this too, and she kind of like chuckles, but is intrigued by Fred, you can tell. And on the limo ride home, they're talking about Fred and like what he did, and the guy, the other aide who doesn't have a lot of lines, kind of pops out of the back and goes, oh yeah, I've read his stuff, it's pretty good, and tips her off to the fact that he worked for this other paper that got bought out. Because her humor scores are so low, they decided to get her a writer to help punch up some of her speeches. That's a real job. Yeah. I pay a guy to punch up my notes on this podcast like weekly.
Should pay him more.
I know. It's not great.
No. I listen to a guy by the name of John Lovett. He has a podcast. But he was Obama's punch-up guy.
John Lovett, not John Lovitz.
Not John Lovitz.
Okay.
Different guy altogether. But it's like a political podcast, but he was like Obama's punch-up guy, and he always has great stories.
Oh.
He'll be like, oh yeah, that was my joke, but it started like this before Obama told me to rewrite it 30 times.
But they got her all these writing samples for some people. We also see that she's been reading Fred's articles on her laptop. And she suggests getting Fred. She wants to use him. Yeah,
she like literary splooshes pretty early.
Yeah. And like Maggie, her aide, calls him, and you can tell she's like not feeling it. Like, she doesn't like this guy for whatever reason. I mean, he is a bit of a schlub. He was at this big fancy gala, like dressed.
Yeah.
Like he was dressed. Like, she's not down with it. But she calls him on the phone and tells him that, you know, the Secretary of State wants to meet with him, and she's going to send a car to pick him up wherever he's at. So they pick him up, take him back to
Capitol building, wherever the Secretary of State hangs out. And he walks in and they're like, all right, we need you to empty your pockets and drop your bag.
He drops a Hunter S. Thompson amount of drugs off with this guy. I mean, he is just naming stuff for 45 seconds.
Yeah, he's like, you're not a real cop, right? You got like no skin in the game. It's fine. This is fine. And he starts emptying his pockets, and it's just like a big bag of weed and like pills and like rolling papers and
a bag of Coke. He's like, it's for my anxiety. It's anxiety powder.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Coke gives you anxiety, so yeah.
But it's funny because he's like putting everything down, and he says like the weeds is anxiety medication too, and he's like, and this is a thing to like vaporize the anxiety medication, and these are papers to roll the anxiety medication, and he's giving him all these like, and then he goes, that's just a blunt. He drops the blunt in the thing. But
who walks out of the house with this much drugs on him? Like, what are you expecting to get into that day?
He was in a bad place. He'd lost his job. But finally he gets through security and he goes up, and Maggie has him sign an NDA. And then Charlotte comes in and tells him, this goes nowhere else, but the president isn't running for office again. And I'm going to run. She's like, I'm going to be announcing this huge environmental change initiative. It's the C's, the trees, and the bees is what they call it. It's this all-encompassing environmental act. She's going to announce that, get a bunch of people on board for that, and then step down and announce that she's running for president. And she wants him to come in and punch up her speeches and help her write speeches. And she's like, all right, so we can start whenever. And he's like, well, I didn't say I was going to do it. Like I said, he's very much like anti-establishment.
He's got morals.
Doesn't trust politicians.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
He does not break his convictions.
Yeah. And he says to her, like, I'm not even sure. Like, I'm not sure I want to do this unless you're really going to make a change. Because I've seen this stuff happen. People write bills. There's these great ideas, and then people get their hands in them and everything changes, and at the end of it, it's not and I'm not going to support or write for this.
Yeah. I mean, I voted for John Fetterman, so I know what this is like. I'm getting highly political.
That's a very localized
it is.
fucking thing, too.
Just Google it.
But she convinces him. She gets like right in his face, gives him like this impassioned speech, and he's like, okay, I'll do it. And then he says, she's good. She's real good. So he's on board. They're flying to Sweden for some kind of big event. They've already got she says they have 3 countries signed on already to do this thing, and they're going to this environmental summit to get more people involved. So he's on the plane, and he walks into her like cabin, and she's standing up with her eyes open, and he's trying to talk to her, and she won't answer him. And he touches her on the shoulder, and she freaks out. He's like, "Oh my God, what?" And she's like, "I was sleeping. I was micronapping." So she's like,
it was terrifying.
Is this a real thing? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah. I've slept with my eyes open before, like at work.
I would be terrified.
Trying to get used to, like, because I worked a physical job until I was damn near 35.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I'm at a desk, and your brain is just not used to sitting there and not doing stuff, but like staring at a screen. Suddenly I wake up 45 seconds later, my eyes have been open, my mouse is clicking, and I'm out.
That doesn't sound...
That might be a seizure.
Yeah, I don't know what that doesn't
possibly
sound
be a seizure.
Normal. But he wakes her up and he tells her, I got some jokes here. I worked on your speech a little bit. She starts reading it, and she's like, the jokes are coming off a little bit angry. And she reads one of them, and she's like, with every fracking, we are butt fucking the earth. And she's like, I can't really say that in front of all these people. And he says, all right, well, he gives her some other ideas and talks about like how her thoughts and convictions when she was 16 and like what she wanted to do then. He's like, maybe I can work some of that into it, like a little bit of, maybe people connect with you a little bit more if you talk about your younger self.
I do like June Diane Raphael asks him like, where did you learn this? And he's like, I Googled speech writing.
Yeah.
And it made me, I actually had said that to somebody once. I was working on a TV show, and I had no idea what I was doing. I worked for, like I've said it before, I worked for a artistic production company. And a lot of my jobs began with me coming in and my boss being like, guess what you're doing next week? You're plexiglass sculpting. Go ahead and Google it. And that's what I would do for the next couple months. You know? And like, they told me like, hey, you got to be the lead set deck on this TV show. And I was like, better find out what the fuck that means. And I remember somebody on the set being like, man, where are you from? Like, where did you learn this? And I'm like,
Google.
Wikipedia. like that's, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, the best chance is just check on the internet and see if somebody else has done it.
Yeah. I Googled how to do a podcast before I came over here today.
But so she likes all that, and she also says to him, like, if you want to try some non-joke stuff and just kind of like write the whole speech, go ahead. And he tells her that if she's going to take naps like that, she should maybe wear a helmet, just in case.
Put a pin in that. I got stuff to go back on that later.
Okay. They get to Sweden for the summit. She finally reads like his speech, and she really likes it. Says how good it is. So they're going to go with his speech. And he's still wearing like the exact same outfit he's been wearing for, I can only imagine, fucking days at this point.
It's gotta reek.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of drugs he does, like the blunts he's smoking, he's gotta smell terrible.
Walking around smelling like Snoop Dogg's tour bus.
Yeah.
So, but they're like, do you have any grown-up clothes? Because this is like a real event we're at, and you can't just be walking around like this. And he says no, and Maggie says, like, I'd be happy to dress you. And then completely fucks with him, and he comes downstairs, dressed like a fucking circus clown. It's supposedly like traditional Swedish garment.
Yes.
But everyone there, it's black tie, gowns, and he looks like fucking something out of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Yeah, this is probably something like in Scotland, where like you picture everybody's in kilts at all times.
Yeah.
They're probably just wearing blue jeans 99% of the time.
Yes.
The kilts are for the special occasions.
I mean, he looks ridiculous for like what I would expect traditional Swedish garb. Like I assume Swedish, you look like the fucking Ricola guy. Like I don't like just lederhosen hanging out in the Alps or something. But he looks. It's actually funny because so they walk into the ballroom and he grabs like 2 drinks and starts pounding them. And Maggie's like, you realize this is like a work event, right? And he goes, you dress me like Captain Crunch's grinder date. Like, I'm going to drink to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, this is my payback
She
for
said,
you.
this is on you.
Yeah. Charlotte comes and finds him and tells him he has to rewrite the speech because they lost the C's part because India wouldn't sign it. He also finds out, too, that like she told him they had 3 countries on board. They really only had 1, and they were there to get the other 2. So he's like already kind of like, this is exactly
But India doesn't want the C's.
Yes. He's like, this is exactly what I thought was going to happen when I said I didn't want to do this.
Yeah.
And he's already, So Maggie tells him he has to rewrite the speech. So he runs in and grabs the laptop off the podium and just runs back out with it and just chucks it into the snow. Charlotte comes out and is like, what the hell's going on? He's like, well, I didn't want to write for some bullshit politician. I wanted to write for you. And this isn't you. Like, we need to stick by what you wanted. And then as they're both standing out there, they see the fucking northern lights of the Aurora Borealis in the sky, and they both kind of stand there in awe. And Fred starts to cry. And they had like this nice moment where I guess they were just like, all right, we don't need India, because she went in and did the original speech as planned.
Yeah.
And kept with like the original idea for the plan. We get to see like a lot of like news clips of all the different news outlets, snippets of her speech, and everybody kind of raving about what a good job she did, and not, everybody loves her. Fred comes back to her in the plane, and I think this is actually where he tells her that he Googled speech writing.
Oh, okay.
Because he says, like, I Googled speech writing, and it said I should get to know the person. And he was like, I wrote, like, that last speech with, like, 16-year-old you in mind. But, like, I don't really know you now. So you should get to know each other. And he starts asking her, like, do you watch TV? Like, do you know anything about Game of Thrones? And she goes, I read all the synopses of everything.
Yeah, this sounded sad.
It did. And then he's asking her about movies, and she's like, well, I read all the synopses for the award contenders. So she doesn't watch anything. She just reads so she knows.
I mean,
she has talking
you're
points.
You're running for president, that's probably how it works.
Yeah, she has talking points about it.
You just call Scorsese, and you're like, what's this one about?
Yeah.
All right.
But then we get, like, a cool, like my favorite thing, we get a montage, and it's just basically like them on a bunch of like almost little dates.
So I wrote this down. What are we going to call this? Like a ninja date? Like they don't realize they're on a date, but they are.
Yeah, it's just like them hanging out, getting to know each other. We've seen this in other movies.
Oh yeah,
too,
absolutely. This is the first time I've noticed it as a thing where I'm like, oh yeah.
It's like the two people that aren't like really romantically involved yet are like forced to hang out almost.
Yeah.
And the more they get to know each other, the more they fall for each other.
Yeah, like this is leading up to a kiss, or in this case, some real freaky deaky.
Yeah. But during this montage, we see her getting waving lessons on the plane, which was I thought was good. And then like him just asking her a bunch of questions, favorite songs, like any drug stories, favorite sexual positions, embarrassing stories. And they're watching Marvel movies together. Because he tells her at one point, like, you've never seen it in the Marvel universe, this stuff is great. Like, you gotta watch this, and you can't just read the synopsis.
I agree.
Yeah. So he's got her watching Winter Soldier in, like, Russian, something like that.
Yeah. And she speaks it, of course.
Yeah. So after this whole montage,
they're in, I don't remember what country they're in, because they're bouncing from country to country to country. They're all over the world in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
They're globetrotting, trying to get people, more and more countries signed on for this initiative. And they sit down, he sits down next to her on a couch, and he starts asking her, like, are you dating the Prime Minister of Canada? She says no, and they have a moment where they're about to kiss. And then this movie turns into like a full-on action movie for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's real.
Where they're leaning in for the kiss, and there's a giant explosion outside, and then gunfire, and it's whatever country they're in. There's like an insurgent uprising, and they're going to war, like right outside of their hotel. So like the one Secret Service guy runs in and grabs them. They go to run down the hall, run into another lady, and then the ceiling collapses on both of them. And the next scene, you get like this action, like slow-mo scene where Charlize Theron has the guy on her shoulders.
Like a 300-pound man over his shoulders.
A fireman's carrying, and then Seth Rogen is carrying this tiny woman, but like dragging her basically. Like has her by one leg and one arm, and she's dangling in front of him.
Oh.
And they get them to safety. They barricade themselves in this room. They go into like a basement, like supply closet, whatever. And Fred's freaking out, and she's doing this Navy SEAL breathing technique, and she tells him to like sit down, breathe in, breathe out, whatever. And they calm down, and he starts telling her, like, these have been, like, the best few weeks of my life. Like, getting to spend it with you and hang out with you.
I get where he's at.
And he says, you know, I'm sure that's not the same for you. Like, just last year you got pulled on stage with Bruce Springsteen and got to, like, perform a song with him. And she says, well, it's a pretty close second. And they kiss. A really nice, like, romantic kiss. And then...
finally.
Yeah, Agent M, the Secret Service guy, walks in the door, and they hurry up and pull away from each other. From here, they get flown by helicopter to some really nice fucking beachside resorts. Like, they go from a war-torn nation to, like, fucking sandals.
I like they even mention, they're like, do you even know what country we're in? She's like, no. Yeah. Everything happened so fast, I have no idea on the planet where we are.
But they take him to this private resort, white sandy beaches, palm trees. And as they're walking up the resort, Charlotte says, Fred, I need you in my room. We need to write this speech, go over this speech, like, right now. That's code for sex.
Oh, you could feel it. It is in the air tonight.
No, it sure is. And pretty sure he was in her for about 3 seconds.
You know what? That is first time hot sex right there. It's been a very, very long time since I've had first time sex with somebody, but that's if I remember correctly, when you're just that built up and you're just like, this is amazing. And I'm done.
It's very funny though, because
would you like a sandwich before we try this again?
They hurry up and they're like frantically undressing each other, and he gets on top of her and begins to have sex, and she's like, oh my God, I'm going to finish already. And he's like, me too. And it's over in like seconds. And I loved it because she goes, I usually don't finish that quickly. And he goes, I do.
Yeah.
I always do. And then he shows her, he's shirtless at this point. And she's looking at his tattoo where he used to have like the half a swastika. He turned it into a little stick man.
Yeah, it almost looks like the Hatchet Man from like ICP.
Yeah. It's this like little stick guy with a smile. He goes, I named him Adolf Stickler. I thought was pretty good.
Hey man, you make lemonade, right?
Yeah. The next morning, he goes out to the beach, and it's just kind of like, he's got that like, I just had sex with Charlize Theron face on, and he's just looking out at the sunrise, and he turns around, and the Secret Service guy's there, fully clothed, like the suit and like black suit and Secret Service attire, but like pant legs rolled up, barefoot, like just walking in the sand.
Fuck yeah, man.
And he's kind of startled, and he's like, could you just keep this between us? Because he can tell he knows. And he's like, nobody's going to believe me anyway. But good luck. And he gives him like the wink and the nod.
Oh yeah, this guy's in on it the whole time.
Yeah, he's great. And I don't know if you noticed, did you notice the song that was playing during this?
No.
It was like Moon River from Breakfast at Tiffany's, but like an R&B version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Frank Ocean.
No shit.
Yeah, which I caught it immediately, and I was like, I've fucking heard this song about 30 times in another movie we reviewed the one time. And
oh, that's weird.
There it was.
Because you know what I watched just this week? I also I'm going to be on the Fright Pub podcast next week, so enjoy that, folks, for the movie The Crazies.
Is that actually next week? I
have no idea when they're putting
our timelines are all screwed up.
You know what? I was on it like 2 weeks ago too, so go back and look for that too.
just listen to Fright Pub in general; they're fantastic.
It's great.
And sometimes CJ's on there.
Yeah, and once in a while Jason.
Yeah, not nearly as much as CJ.
But there's a version of Moon River in that, or at least it very much felt like it. So that's weird. That is weird.
Weird
Weird coincidence.
But from there, we cut to they're in Argentina now. They go to Argentina for like a big banquet. And he had called Lance like the night before saying, I think this might be a date. Like he's telling him everything that happened. He's like, I don't know what to do. He's like, just get yourself a nice suit. Like, play it cool. So Charlotte and her team come out of the elevator, and Fred's there, like dressed very nicely in a suit. Looks good.
Yeah.
He dresses up nice.
He cleans up well. He shaved his neck.
Shaved his neck and even his back.
That's a big deal.
Shaved everything. But they walk in and they kind of share a look, and he asks if they can dance, and she goes, well, this is like a work thing. Like, I have to mingle. I have to talk to those people. Like, we're here for a reason, but like maybe later. She's nice about it. Like, she's not like trying to blow him off or anything. And then she walks away. Maggie's like, I know what's going on here. Like, I can see it. This isn't going to work out. She's like, starts planting the seeds of doubt. She's like, she's going to need to get her approval ratings up, and like, you're going to ruin that. And she's going to pick her career over you. So, Maggie's not very nice for most of this movie. Now we see Parker Wembley's at the event, and he goes up and starts talking to her, and he's pretty creepy. And all the while, Seth Rogen, Fred, is off in the distance kind of watching her mingle and do her thing. So he sees this, and this makes him angry. And then Canadian Prime Minister's there, and he asks for a dance, and she obliges just because like it's the right thing to do.
See, I didn't get the idea that he was jealous at all during this.
He looks a little upset when she's dancing with the Prime Minister, because I think he does think there's a history there.
Yeah, but like I thought it was kind of cool. He gave off this kind of vibe, like, look, I already know I got her. Like, this is cool.
It's also kind of understood, like,
yeah.
But after the dance, he sends her a drink, and on the drink note it says, dance. Can I get that dance or whatever? Or no, he says, I think I have a crush on you. Somebody has a crush on you, and she looks up and he's standing there smiling. And it also says, I think I found Hitler, and he nods to this guy next to him that looks a lot like Adolf Hitler. And he gives her a nod, and they sneak away into like another room, and he puts like a song on his phone, and they dance. It's a sweet like moment.
Oh yeah, man, they're the song from 16 Candles. So.
Yeah, but it's very much like ominous because it must have been love, but it's over now. Like, and that song plays a big part in this. From there, they have like another like evening together, and he sneaks out of her room. He finds out that Maggie and the other aide guy are sleeping together as well, which is kind of funny because now he's got something on her. Which
I also appreciate is Maggie is like 6'3", and this guy's like 4'5".
Yeah, he's a little tiny man.
Yeah. And I'm like, I kind of want to see how this looks.
Yeah. We find out that, the president wants to talk to Charlotte wherever they're at. So they set up it's weird. They set up a tent inside the room where she calls him, which I guess it's like more secretive. I don't know. It was a strange thing that I wouldn't have expected to happen.
Didn't seem like soundproof or anything.
No, it's just a blue tent. But he tells her that he's not happy about the environmental initiative, and he wants her to kill off the trees part of it.
So she lost the seas, now she's losing the trees.
Yeah.
She only got the bees.
All she's got left is the bees.
And as she says, I fucking hate bees.
So she's having a bit of a meltdown, and she says she wants a second alone with Fred, and she's on the ground in like a fetal position, and he sits down with her, and she says, she's like, I just want to get fucked up. She's like, I want to smoke Molly with you. And he's like, well, first of all, that's not how you do Molly. Like, it's a pill, you take it, but let's do it. So they get like, she gets like incognitoed out, like she's wearing sunglasses and a hat, an M&M shirt, and she's got her own windbreaker. And they go out on a night in the town and like do a bunch of drugs. This is also a very Seth Rogen part of this movie.
I will say this is probably one of the more realistic drug scenes I've seen since Girls Trip. Like, there's a point where she takes off her glasses and she looks legitimately high as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, this is what it looks like when you're talking to somebody on Molly. Like, her pupils are gigantic.
Well, if anybody knows their drugs, it's Seth Rogen, so he probably put a lot of work into this.
Actually, did I ever tell you, on the movie that I worked on, there was a bunch of scenes where the characters were smoking weed.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to have, of course you can't smoke real weed. The company we bought it from, like the fake stuff, is Seth Rogen's company. That's his side gig.
Really?
He supplies Hollywood with fake weed to use in movies.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and when we got it and I opened it up, it looked and smelled like the real thing.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty wild, but it's some kind of herbal version.
How about that? It's O'Doul's weed.
Yeah.
But they're at a club, like, dancing, and she's high, and Secret Service comes in and tells her there's a situation, and whispers in her ear. She freaks out and looks at Fred, and she's like, how much longer? And he's like, we just re-upped. Like,
We just ate more.
You're going to be high for another 4 or 5 hours.
He's like chewing his gums while he's talking.
She's like, I am in trouble. So they go to like the situation room where this general from the U.S. Army meets up with her and tells her that a plane was shot down over another country.
Third world country with a dictator.
Yeah, and they have this guy hostage, and she needs to negotiate his release. High on Molly. So she goes in and she's talking to this guy. His name's Barat. And he's like getting real angry, and the general's like in her ear, like, you have to match his aggression. Like, and she's like, I want to be chill. Like, I don't really want to do this right now. She grabs a pack of cigarettes off the desk, lights one up, and goes over in the corner and just sits on the ground with the phone. And she's talking like real softly to this guy, and she's like, listen, man, I think the president's an asshole too. Like, you don't like him. Like, this guy, the only way he would release the hostage is if the president apologized to him over Instagram. Because, much like our current president, this guy seems like he starts beefs over the internet, like just talk shit on people. And he's been making fun of this dictator.
Sounds like a terrible way to live.
Yeah, it really does. He's been making fun of this dictator and like embarrassing him. So he wants an apology over social media.
Like, one of my favorite lines in this is she's like, look, man, we're America. We don't negotiate with terrorists, but we do negotiate with homies.
Yeah.
She's like, do you want to be my homie?
Yeah, and she's like tells him like they'll drop him a sweet e-package and like do some things for him. And we got to a scene of Fred and Maggie sitting in this room, like freaking out. And she walks in, kind of somber looking, and then just like rips the glasses off. And she's like, hostage saved, motherfuckers.
Back to partying.
Yeah. And her pull numbers start going way up after the hostage negotiation.
Oh, yeah.
She does an interview on TV. Like, she's still high on Molly. She's still
high as shit.
Yeah. And she kind of has some disparaging things to say about the president. Like, she meant, I forget exactly what she says, but it doesn't make him happy. Wembley wants to talk to the president. He calls. There's a scene of him calling saying he needs to have a meeting with him. We get a scene of Maggie is still anti-Fred. And she's like, we put together a little package for you, and gives her a laptop. And she's like, we asked people like what they thought about these combos. And it's like, what if Princess Di dated Guy Fieri? Or Kate Middleton and Danny DeVito? Or Jennifer Lawrence and this potato and its heel windbreaker? And Charlotte gets what she's getting at, and she's like, Fred's not an idea I'm floating by you. Like, it's for your approval. Like, I'm dating Fred. Like, this is what's happening.
Yeah. He gives me the best 10 seconds of my day.
Not even. President wants to see Charlotte, so she's back in the States, and she goes to the White House, to the Oval Office. She goes in, and then, like, a secret door opens up. Like, a fucking bookcase slides open. Fucking Wembley comes out.
I love he even says, he's like, you love a secret door shit.
Wembley comes out, and they explain to her that they need her to get rid of the trees from the environmental thing because they're trying to build a server farm in Alaska, and it's on like all these acres of forest. And she says she doesn't want to do it. She won't do it. And they tell her that you got to drop the tree thing, or we're going to release the contents of your guy's hard drive. And they've hacked Fred's laptop, and they show her a video.
Holy shit.
And it's him in his hotel room, and he's on the phone, and he's calling Charlotte, and he's like, hey, you want to come over and have sex? And she can't, so he's like, all right, that's cool, whatever. He starts watching her speech, and then decides he's going to J.O.
I mean, I was with him up until this point. I'm like, I get it, all right. Like,
so he sits down
new relationship, you're smitten.
He sits down at a desk, pours himself a glass of wine. He's got the tissues and lotion, completes... into his own face on accident, but there is a pretty graphic scene of,
I can tell you what, as
a
bearded man, if one day you walk in and I no longer have a beard, this is why.
It's not
like
bubblegum
if this
related.
was something I did, I would cut the beard off immediately.
No, I would just wash it.
Oh.
So she shows up at Fred's apartment and explains to him what happened and tells him that like she took the deal and scratched the tree thing, and Fred's not happy. That she's compromising.
Dude still has the moral high ground. He's like, release the fucking video. Let's save the trees.
He does, but she also makes a point to him, like, I'm a woman, like, running for president. Like, it's still going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. Like, if people see a video of you, like, jerking off, like, you'll get over it. But it's harder on the woman whose guy had a video released of him jerking off. Like, it's going to hurt her anyway, and she can't. So he realizes that she's doing this more for her image and not for the initiative so much, which upsets him.
I mean, we had a politician jerk a guy off in a theater last year, and she's still a politician.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is
well,
true.
vaping. That was the thing that really bothered people.
What musical were they watching, too? It was something I forgot.
Oh, shit. It wasn't
Like
Rent.
a Disney musical or something. It was something
It was
that
like
you
the
should...
Lion King or some shit like that.
I mean, you shouldn't be jerking anybody off at a musical, but especially whatever musical that was at.
Yeah, those musicals are... The kids are at those musicals, man. Like, do it in the broom closet like normal people.
Yeah. But she says that, like, they can still stay together. She's got a team right now, like, she's going to scrub his internet history. She's going to date him in secret for now, and they'll get him all cleaned up and fixed. And he's just like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to hide. I don't want to be a different person than what I am. And basically says he can't do it. So she tells him that he doesn't have to, and she leaves. Like, they're both upset. He goes to Lance's house.
But it's over now.
Exactly. He goes to Lance's house, and he's like, man, fucking this bullshit. Fuck these Republicans. And he's like, I'm a Republican. Which I thought was interesting about this movie. You know who's who. They don't really ever say Democrat or Republican up until this point with about 20 minutes left in the movie.
Yeah, it's true.
They never really, like, draw a line. Like, Charlotte could be, because, I mean, she's a Secretary of State for what I assume is a Republican president.
Yes.
But I also figure
she's running
Democrat.
on, like, Democratic ticket,
yeah.
basically. Yeah.
It's very muddy. But he's so upset that Lance is a Republican, because he is, like, which I don't agree with this, but there are people that if you are a Republican and you're a Democrat, you just can't get along. I don't like them. And I have friends that are Republicans. Like, I don't like a lot of, like, hardcore right-wing people or things of that nature, but I also think that, like, the way government's intended, you should each be able to have your own views. Just don't be fucking assholes about it. That's kind of not where we're at anymore. That's all right.
You should write a book.
All right. We're getting too far.
Yeah.
We're going down the rabbit hole.
Just remember, people, don't be fucking pricks.
Yeah. But then he, remember, be romantic.
Don't be shitty.
Don't be shitty to each other. Yeah. It's the mantra. And he also finds out that, like, I forget what he says, but he's like, wait a minute. You're Christian too? He's like, I'm a man of faith. He's like, we're praying for you, brother. He's like, no. He's like, and he said, how did you not know I was a Christian? Like, I wear this cross since I was a kid. He's like, I thought it was for the culture.
Yeah, he's like, you thought I was wearing it because I was black?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, great.
He's like, I kind of am, but I'm also a Christian.
Yeah, he's like, and then Fred's like, great. I'm a racist. You're a Republican. I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. Like, I don't. He's totally. But this kind of made Fred realize that he kind of has to be able to see things from other perspectives and not be such, like, I don't know, just not so one-sided all the time, I guess. And he has to be able to kind of see where Charlotte's coming from through all this. Charlotte's out for dinner with the Prime Minister of Canada for whatever reason.
On a terrible date.
On a terrible date.
Oysters. Like, don't order oysters.
That's an aphrodisiac, my man.
Not the way he was eating.
Not to watch somebody eat him. But this guy's just, like, creepier and creepier, and, like, he starts out, like, kind of being a suave, like, Trudeau type, and by the end you're just like, God, this guy sucks. Like, he's the worst. And she's just rolling her eyes like she's not having it. The date just ends. She goes home. Fred comes home, and he calls her. She answers, but doesn't say anything. So he's just like, hello? And she gives him the old beep. And he thinks it's her voicemail, and he tells her that, I want to do the plan. I want to be with you no matter what. Next day, Maggie comes in. And this is where Maggie actually has a heart. Like, she kind of is like, I'm sorry it didn't work out with Fred. And Charlotte says, he called me last night. He wants to do the plan. And Maggie says, all right, I'll get the people on it right away. We'll get this going. And she's like, no, don't do it. Because she doesn't want to change him. Like, she doesn't want that to be the case.
She wants that sexy, stinky-ass windbreaker.
Yeah. So she's having her announcement ceremony her announcement press conference. She's going to announce her intentions to run for president.
Yeah.
Fred is at a bar with Lance. They meet together to watch it and have beers together and watch the announcement. Little Yachty is there. So Little Yachty shows up. He's going to sing.
I'd never seen Little Yachty before, but he seemed like an all right guy.
It might not even have been Little Yachty.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they said it was Little Yachty.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen him everywhere lately, so.
But he shows up and meets her and tells her he's a big fan of hers and he's going to vote for her because he's going to perform at her thing. And then she starts to give the speech, and she gets to the point where she's about to say that, like, her 16-year-old self would be proud of where she's at today, and instead she has, like, a second thought. She says, my 16-year-old self would be embarrassed, like, upset with me. She tells everybody that the president's an asshole, and then tells everybody, like, hey, like, just so you know, I'm about to say this, and then when I do, a video is going to get released because they're trying to make me stop doing what I want to do. And she's like, they're going to release a video with this guy I was dating, like jerking off in a hotel room.
Into his own face.
But she goes...
Accidentally.
She goes, but you know what? I like him, and he jerks off. And so do all of you, so deal with it, America. And this was my favorite part, maybe. Little Yachty, they cut the Little Yachty in the crowd, and he goes, hell yeah! As soon as this happens, the video's out. Like, it goes viral. But at the bar, they see this happen, and Lance is like, we got to go to her. Like, you got to go get this girl. So they hop in a car, and they're going. And
we haven't even mentioned the fact that multiple orgasms in this movie, and every time somebody orgasms, they go, oh boy.
That's true.
Which is what happens right before he targets his own face.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, oh boy.
Yeah. It's sweet though, because when they have sex for the first time, they both do it. And
Yeah,
he's like, did you just say oh boy? I say oh boy. But they show up to where she was at, and she had already left. Like, they got out of there. So they leave. They can't find her. He goes home. And he goes to his apartment. And she's there waiting for him on the couch. And she tells him, you know, she loves him. She's never been so scared in her life, and she shared an elevator ride with Saddam Hussein. But she wants to be with him, and he says, well, I've been in love with you since I was 12 years old. And they kiss. And then Lance calls and lets them know that there's like 1 million people outside. They all want to talk to the candidate and the cum guy. So they go out, and she introduces him as her boyfriend. And everybody cheers, and it's like this cool moment. And then there's just like, that's pretty much the end of the movie. But then there's like this little like, not like a where are they now, but it's like they cut right to her getting sworn in as president.
Yeah.
And then they show like some interview footage of like them introducing Fred, or interviewing Fred.
Who took her name.
And he's taking them on a tour of the White House. He's like, I'm the first mister. And he's like showing them all the portraits of all the other first ladies. And then they get to his. He's like, this is mine. Todd McFarlane drew it. And it's this like badass, like comic book, like fucking thing where he's like, all
There's like
ripped,
eagles
and
with machine guns and shit.
yeah. And then there's like them sitting in the Oval Office on the couch, and he talks about that they're happy together, and he takes like his shirt down and shows that he has that first Mister tattoo, and he just got it like put around this Adolf Stickler tattoo.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I love you, and then it's over.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's that. Any grand gestures, flowers, anything you'd like to say about this movie?
Yeah, man. I had a tradition. A lot of election cycles, I'd watch the movie Head of State. You ever see that movie? Chris Rock.
I don't think I may have, but it's
a pretty good and quotable movie, much like this. It's a lot less on the romance, like relationship side.
Yeah.
And a lot more on like the goofy things that happened during that. I think I might swap it up for this movie.
Really?
Yeah, this one, it's a lot more relevant.
My go-to political comedy was always Bulworth.
You know, I've never seen it.
Well, really?
I gotta
see
see
Bulworth.
that.
That's fantastic.
I think, I like this movie.
Yeah?
It's just like it.
This isn't a
it's
review, CJ. This is grand gestures.
Wow, I'm glad that we're keeping score.
All right, I'm making sure. I don't want you to get ahead of yourself.
I mean, I don't care. There's no rules anymore.
I don't want you to finish too early. Oh boy.
There's no rules. Pure chaos on this podcast. No, I mean, it's just like, it's going to take the place of that movie for me.
Nice.
And I like Seth Rogen. You know, he's like the guy that he feels kind of outside of Hollywood in a weird way. Like, you know, his best friend that he made movies with for 20 years comes out as a creep, and Seth Rogen had no problem being like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I don't need to be around that guy anymore. Didn't know that shit was happening.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Gonna
Yeah.
go hang out with Charlize Theron.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy you'd want to have a beer with.
And also,
He's down to earth.
you can tell he's a producer on this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's no fucking world where a guy that looks like that is getting Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
High-powered politician Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Sense of humor goes a long way, buddy.
There was literally a movie where Keanu Reeves had to sell his soul to the devil to stay with that woman.
Very fair.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, how are you?
Okay. Mine, I got one that I thought was, this is Peter Wembley. The guy that played Peter Wembley.
Okay.
Andy Serkis.
I saw that he was in this movie and I didn't make it out.
That is him.
No shit.
And the fun story about this is they cast Andy Serkis as this Peter Wembley. They didn't want to make him look different. Like, Seth Rogen was like, I've got Andy Serkis in mind for this. They cast him, and then Andy Serkis started, like, emailing them and sending them texts of, like, design ideas for how he wanted to look, and they're like, we kind of just
pictured him as Andy Serkis. And then he just showed up in full fucking prosthetics. And they were like, okay.
Guess this is it now.
This is
That's
what we're
fucking
doing.
Great.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not going to be me in this. I'm going to be this guy. And it fucking looked pretty good. Like, I literally couldn't tell that wasn't that guy for sure until I looked at the credits again. And I was like, oh, fuck, who was Andy Serkis in this? And I was like, oh, shit.
I would have never caught that. I mean,
I
I kind of pegged it out as soon as I saw him. I was like, I think that's a prosthetic nose.
Yeah.
Because it just looked so unreal.
Yeah.
But
he's an odd-looking character,
yeah,
but I also
really
thought it could have just been a
out of it.
weird-looking guy.
Yeah, it didn't really pull me out of it
No.
anyway.
No. That was mine. That was one interesting thing I thought that I saw.
Nice.
Yeah. Chick flick it to a dick flick it?
Yeah.
I'll go first. Mine's pretty short and sweet.
All right.
I want to take the whole romance out of this and get rid of, like, I don't want to say I want to get rid of Charlize Theron. But that first, 5 minutes of this movie where he's just infiltrating, a neo-Nazi group, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Give me a movie of that. It made me think of Fletch. You ever see Fletch? The
It made
Fletch
me
movies?
think of Blues Brothers.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But if you ever seen the movie Fletch with
Oh,
Chevy Chase, where
absolutely.
he kind of is a news reporter who gets himself into sticky situations, pretends to be other people.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see Seth Rogen do that. Just make this a Fletch movie with Seth Rogen where he's infiltrating. Give me American History X, but funny. Let's punch it up a little bit.
I like it.
Give me the Chucks and the Gigs.
Nice.
That's mine. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, but I really enjoyed that first 5 minutes of this and was I wouldn't mind seeing a lot more of this and seeing where it goes.
This guy infiltrating things.
Yeah.
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 Oh, go watch The Interview.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it is
pretty
kind of
much.
the same movie. Yeah.
Also, Randall Park, my man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also has that rapey dude. But still.
Yeah. The lesser Franco, as far as I'm concerned.
I tried to fit in the Illinois Nazis from the Blues Brothers somehow in this. I don't know. It couldn't make it work. I'm proud of this one. I like this. So there's that point which she's on the plane just vacantly staring. And we find out she's sleeping. She almost falls over.
Yeah.
I wanted at this point, he's going in to talk to her. He startles her. She does fall over. Clonk. Hits her head. And, brain damage is real.
Yeah,
you could punch somebody in the head and they die.
Absolutely.
So she dies.
Jesus.
And they realize they're like, this her fucking vision is too important for the rest of the world. We need to keep this going. So they prop her up and they basically kind of start sticking their hands up her back and using her like a puppet.
Is this a Weekend at Bernie's situation?
I want on the Weekend at Bernie's. And the rest of this movie is them with Charlize Theron's corpse. Is they're trying to get her elected, and they do. She gets elected as president of the United States of America, and they basically bring Jim Henson out of hiding to run the president puppet.
Is Weekend at Bernie's a chick flick or a romance?
Absolutely not.
I fucking love that movie.
It really is.
There is a romance. Both of those guys get girlfriends.
Yeah, I mean, it also kind of removes her from the movie, but she's still there. It's just.
I mean, that'd be probably some great acting on sure. I mean,
I think she could do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, the guy that played Bernie Lomax was a fucking killer performance.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to play just dead for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I will connect this movie to Nick Cage using Andy Serkis. Because I was so surprised that he was in this movie.
Okay.
That, I kind of skipped over the fact that we're doing the Nick Cage portion, but we'll just roll right into it. People know. People know the format by now.
Yeah. Surprise, Nick Cage is here.
Yeah. That's the best way to get your Nick Cage. Andy Serkis is in a movie called The Prestige.
Okay.
Which I love this movie. I watched it again recently. Every once in a while I like to go back. It's like a comfort movie for me. Have you ever seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale where they play the competing magicians. David Bowie, oddly enough, plays Nikolai Tesla in that movie. And Andy Serkis is his little servant, his butler.
Okay.
Essentially. Michael Caine is also in The Prestige. Michael Caine is in a movie called The Weatherman with Nicolas Cage.
I didn't know that. I've never seen that one.
Neither have I.
I'm starting to feel like a really bad Nicolas Cage fan.
There's so many. It's hard to keep up.
It's hard to fit in movies nowadays when I'm watching so many fucking romantic comedies.
This is true. Speaking of fitting things in,
Yeah.
where would you like to fit Nicolas Cage?
Oh, he's going to be that tattoo.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At the very end, it's the only logical place for him to be. So at the very end, when it's the first Mr. Tattoo, it's just Nicolas Cage's face on there for no reason.
I would have made him the Canadian Prime Minister, but all right.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah.
One of the places...
I would have made him one of Boys to Men.
Oh, damn it. Shit.
Like,
Apparently I hit one idea and I gave up thinking about it, but that's great.
Yeah, there's a lot of places to put them.
Yeah, that's the river of try that I want to be on. Shit.
I'm sorry.
I love it. No. And I realize I've never made him one of the female love interests in one of these movies.
No, you haven't.
This would have been a good one for him.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Him and Seth Rogen.
Madam Secretary?
Chopping it up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's rate it.
You go first.
4.
4?
I was really surprised by this movie. Oddly enough, like I knew what it was, like when you said it, after we kind of figured out which long shot it was. I remember hearing about it. I remember seeing trailers for it. I never had any interest in seeing it. It didn't get a lot of buzz. Like no one I know saw this movie or talked about it. It didn't do much at the box office. I think probably underrated. I think this is a very funny movie. I laughed a lot. Extremely quotable.
Oh, yeah.
Like zippy one-liners left and right. The romance was good. Like I really liked the way it was handled because I kept expecting her to leave him because she wanted to pursue this political career. She never did. Like her intentions were very pure. Like even at the end, like the only reason they did break up is because she didn't want him to have to change himself for her.
Yeah.
It wasn't because she didn't want to be with him. She wanted to be with him the entire time.
Yeah, and she was hurting too.
Yeah, and it was just a really nice relationship. I thought, I base my reviews on these a lot on how I feel about the two love interests and how they act together and if they're meant to be together. And this is one of those ones where, we, on occasion we'll say, are these two still together? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, for sure.
These two were made for each other.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great romance.
Smoking Molly in the Oval
Yeah,
Office.
but no, I really liked it. I was honestly pleasantly surprised by it. I sat down to watch this movie last night, not wanting to. And you know me, runtime. I always look at that runtime and I was like, it's over 2 hours long. My God. Like,
was it?
2 hours. Yeah.
That
Didn't
went
feel
right
like
by,
it did.
yeah.
Yeah. It's zippy. It flies by. It's funny. The romance is good. The acting is good. All the characters, like even the side characters are great. O'Shea Jackson is his best friend. Fantastic.
Yeah, get him in more stuff.
Yeah, the woman that played Maggie, like even though she's not a very likable character, really good at being unlikable.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Odenkirk is the president. Limited scenes, but great in all of them. Just good movie. 4. I'd watch it again. I'd recommend it to people.
That makes me feel not as bad about saying 4 as well.
Oh, hey, all right.
Like, I was actually trying to talk myself down from that. And just based on the idea that, like, am I just happy because I saw, like, a dumb Joe Rogan comedy instead? Like, this week,
Seth Rogen.
Am I just happy because I watched myself a dumb Seth Rogen comedy?
That's the right Rogan. We don't talk about the other Rogan on this podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Instead of some romance movie that is going to be hit or miss, I was actually very happy about this movie.
It's a genuinely good movie. I don't think it.
Yeah, and I wanted to rate it lower because I was like, I don't know if this one was if it was because it was for me as a guy, or not, but. Shit,
this
there's
definitely
no
has
rules. Like I said, there's no rules.
Yeah, this definitely has a little bit of something for everybody. Guys can watch this movie. It's not necessarily a chick flick. It is definitely a rom-com.
Yeah.
But it's a rom-com if Seth Rogen made it, and that's what it is, basically.
Yeah, this is the, who's the guy from Jay and Silent Bob?
Kevin Smith?
This is the Kevin Smith rom-com style right here. Yeah, for sure. So, that's a 4 from me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. All right, should we roll one for next week?
Oh, yeah, we should.
All right, give me a number. We are up to 183.
All right, we are looking at. Oh, we're up there high. 175. Is it? Wait, is this where?
Much like Seth Rogen.
Oh,
we're up pretty high.
Nice. Is this? I remember. To All the Boys I Loved Before was up high. Here.
Nah, it wasn't that high. It was like 150s. This is Under the Tuscan Sun.
That sounds incredibly familiar.
Are you? So, I believe.
It's Italian?
Diane Lane.
Oh.
This is a Diane Lane movie. Let's see. When Frances Mays learns her husband is cheating on her from a writer whom she gave a bad review, her life is turned upside down. In an attempt to bring her out of a deep depression, her best friend, Sandra Oh, encourages Frances to take a tour of Italy. During the trip, the new divorcee impulsively decides to purchase a rural Tuscan villa and struggles to start her life anew amid colorful local characters, including the handsome Marcello.
Please tell me it's Marcellus Shakespeare. Because this sounds exactly like how Stella got a groove back.
For white people.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that's
which I don't know if you've noticed this. Our How Stella Got Her Groove Back episode now it's a few away from having more downloads than any other episode we've ever had.
It is a sleeper hit. Every day there's a new Stella download.
Yeah, and I mean...
Got her groove back, never lost it. Stella's been going hard for almost a year now.
And I mean, I've said this before. The entire continent of Africa loves this movie.
Well, now we're going to get the entire continent of Italy. Country of Italy.
There you go.
The entire country of Italy. Hey, folks, this is a movie podcast, not a geography podcast.
Yeah. The vacant stare made you realize that was wrong.
Get off my back. But yeah, the whole country of Italy will now download once they see Under the Tuscan Sun.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right, well, until next time when we discuss that movie, please like us, follow us, subscribe to us on all the socials. Hit us up where you get your podcasts, rate us, review us, follow us on Facebook. CJ's still cranking out those memes.
Every day.
Well, not every day.
Every week.
Unless you're keeping them from me.
For every good meme, which I don't do many, there's at least 70 to 80 bad ones.
I'd like to see them all.
Yeah.
But yeah, follow us on Facebook and reach out to us one way or the other. You can get us on Facebook Messenger. We'd be happy to talk to you. We'd love to know where you're listening from, why you're listening, how you found us. Or email us at you've.gotmails@yahoo.com.
First time. You hit it right. Dead on.
I know.
I love it.
Even I can't get our email right. No wonder we don't get any emails. That's why I implore you. We do get them. People have figured it out. People have cracked the code. So email us if you can. If you can't figure out whatever I'm trying to say, Facebook Messenger. Easy way to get us. Just find us on You've Got Mails.
Heck yeah.
Shoot us a message. CJ and I both get those. We'd love to talk to you and just see why it is you're checking us out. But until next week, when we do Under the Tuscan Sun,
we can use a translator entire continent of Africa.
Yeah, I mean, whoever, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We speak the language of love here on You've Got Mails. We don't need, where we're going, we don't need languages.
Oh, boy.
That's right. You got a little something in your beard there. Until next time, everybody, stay romantic. Don't be shit at each other.
And la dolce vita.
Jesus. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, did I? Yeah. What's Under the Tuscan Sun?
Bippity boppity.